Sawadee Cup, I'm JP Mestanza. It's Friday, May 7th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by PVC Phuket. Visit them on Facebook. Phuket officials are conjuring whether to continue the rapid antigen COVID test for people arriving in Phuket at all after May 15th, now that it will no longer be free for Thais from that date on. They've also added arrivals from Krabi and Trang to those who must take the test. Phuket Vice Governor Piapong Chuwong announced the move to reconsider lifting the rapid antigen test requirement during a live broadcast interview from the Phuket checkpoint at That Chai yesterday. Since April 22nd, all arrivals from red zone provinces, of which now includes Trang, Krabi, and Phattalung, must take a rapid antigen COVID-19 test upon entering Phuket, either by air or land, unless they can prove they've been vaccinated or tested negative within 72 hours prior to landing. At the moment, Thais are free. Foreigners pay 500 baht for these tests. But the funding from the National Health Security Office for free Thai testing will end on May 15th. And now Phuket officials are considering scrapping the test requirement altogether, saying they don't have a budget for more free testing and they haven't really found any infections for many days. From April 22nd to this past Wednesday, May 5th, 40,240 arrivals to Phuket were tested, and 22 were tested positive for COVID, while further tests confirmed only 17 of those 22 were actually infected. Vice Governor Piapong said, quote, "To be clear, until May 15th, we will still test arrivals with the rapid antigen test, but after that, we have not concluded whether we will continue testing or not. If we decide to keep testing, the NHSO has already sent us a good sign to continue paying for the cost of conducting the tests. I know my explanation contradicts the news from the governor on Wednesday, but on that day, we did not yet receive the good sign from the NHSO. The information can change all the time. There are things that are beyond our authority. Please follow our announcements." For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Thailand's tourism minister says Phuket COVID-19 cases have to reach zero with no daily infections and no active cases before the island can finally become the only province in Thailand to open for vaccinated international tourists on July 1st as scheduled. Pipa Ratchakitprakarn, the tourism and sports minister, made the comments this week, saying that the island opening back up for travel is contingent on not just inoculating 70% of the Phuket population, but also to make sure there are no more active cases prior to the scheduled July 1st date. At the moment, Phuket has about 22% of the population inoculated. The tourism ministry's goal is to welcome 3 to 4 million international tourist arrivals this year, if the tourism sandbox model rolls on as scheduled and Phuket reopens first, followed by the reopening of other tourism destinations in Q4 of the year. In addition, Minister Pipat said no country wants to engage in travel bubble talks with Thailand at the moment, given the current rate of infection. Meanwhile, 2,044 new COVID cases were confirmed today. The new total for Thailand raises to 78,855 cases since the pandemic began. 27 new COVID-19 deaths were also reported. The death toll is now 363. The fatalities include 15 men and 12 women, aged between 30 and 90 years old, and all had underlying illnesses. 62% of total patients have recovered. Here in Phuket, 5 new COVID cases were reported as of this recording, raising the total since the start of this third wave in early April to 498 cases. 287 people have already been discharged from area hospitals. A 32-year-old American man from Colorado was arrested today in Chiang Mai while on the run for allegedly murdering his 3-month-old pregnant wife and dumping her body in a field several kilometers from their home in Nan Province. Jason Matthew Bowser was picked up on Thursday in Chiang Mai by local cops, who say that he confessed to stabbing his wife, Pichapon Kitchob, who was 3 months pregnant. Bowser had fled Nan Province to escape authorities, whose sniffer dogs found the body of the 32-year-old woman inside a garbage bin dumped in a field about 15 kilometers from their home. The woman's mother had last seen Bowser while she visited their home on Monday, who left the property on her motorbike. The mother became suspicious and searched the home, and she found bloodstains on the bed and washing machine. At the moment, Bowser is being transferred back to Nan Province, where he'll face several criminal charges. He arrived in Thailand back in 2019 after skipping bail on an attempted murder charge in the United States. that were later downgraded to physical assault. He was also arrested back in December in Colorado, along with one accomplice, after police found 72 firearms in his vehicle. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. Phuket Extra will be right back after this. For the first time that all 3 challenges are completed, PVC Phuket will donate 100 life bags to One Phuket. Welcome back to Phuket Extra. Protest leader Panusaya Rung is now out on bail after she was detained for 2 months on charges of insulting the monarchy. The criminal court approved the bail request for Rung on 3 conditions: that she does not get involved in activities that tarnish the reputation of the monarchy, doesn't take part in activities that could create unrest, and that she not leave the country without permission from the court. Rung had been detained for 59 days, 38 of those on a hunger strike demanding bail for all political detainees. She was charged with lèse-majesté alongside Parit Penguin Chiwarak after leading a mass protest at Dhammasite University and the nearby Sanam Luang grounds last year. Meanwhile, Penguin, who is also currently on hunger strike, was released from Ramatibodi Hospital yesterday after receiving treatment but remains in custody. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. When the new semester opens on June 1st, schools nationwide will be allowed to decide on their own how to provide teaching to students amid the pandemic. That's according to Ampon Pinasa, Secretary General of the Office of the Basic Education Commission, or OBEC, who says that schools can decide how to proceed, whether on site or through some digital means, depending on the specific situation each school finds itself in. And even the Distance Learning Foundation is getting involved by offering extra tutorial courses and providing learning equipment to students, although details on that were not provided. Meanwhile, just under 2,000 math and science teachers nationwide are due to be laid off this September. 1,964 STEM teachers were hired under a special project to improve the kingdom's teaching standard in math and sciences since 2018 under OBEC, but funding is being cut and the contracts are set to expire in September. A petition assisted by the People's Sector Network Against Corruption has already been submitted to the Education Minister to extend the project until at least September 2023, arguing that the dissolution of the project would result in a shortage of teachers at many schools nationwide and lower the quality of education. Thanks again for joining us today on Phuket Extra, brought to you by PVC Phuket. Check them out on Facebook. Join us again on Monday, where we'll catch you up with all the news you missed over the weekend. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks and mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.